Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Summit 2 Europe by G2A.com continues on. We've got Secret versus KPG coming up for our next game. How you feeling, LD?
Good. Very good.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, KPG Secret. KPG, the obvious underdogs here, but maybe they'll surprise us with something. Secret, they're in great shape in the group stage. I think they're pretty much secure in the playoffs at this point, but still, pride is always on the line.
Always on the line, indeed.
All right, well, let's not delay any longer. We'll look at this draft, see what's going on. Well, these teams a little slow at it, burning some of that bonus time in the initial bans, but Secret, they're always eager to pick up that Brewmaster first if they can grab it. Of course, that'll be in the hands of S4. No surprise about it. We saw it a bit during that Starlighter event we were just at this past weekend. Compass do decide to pick up some heroes that are at least okay at dealing with the Brew, most namely that Skywrath Mage, with the Silence in the Ancient Seal, and you've got McGee there to throw out some stuns and do some damage onto the Panda. But Secret, they grabbed the other hero, which was kind of instrumental in a lot of their dominant performances at Starlighter, the Tidehunter, and that'll be your fly hero headed to the offlane.
I really liked the way EG approached Secret in that grand finals. It was a long night, so we didn't really analyze too much. They went right into the prize ceremony. But looking back on it, a lot of people discussed the Lycan as the key. I think one of the more important, I think it might have even been more important that Secret just didn't get their Tidehunter at all that series, because EG were first picking it. Secret were prioritizing the Brew over the Tide, which on paper does make sense, right? You Brew split, Tide cannot ravage the Earth Panda, and you can't really kill the Brew at that stage of the game because it's magic immune and just too tanky. So on paper, taking the Brew, he'll do more than a Tidehunter, but they're just so good at farming the stacks. Like, even that game, where Na'Vi were getting absolutely wrecked, they almost had the refresher on Funnick, despite him not really having that many great Ravages. The team in general really not in a position to farm the Ancients. They didn't prioritize stacking them. Once that hero gets refresher, it's a complete game changer. It's not that's not a surprising statement. I mean, everyone should realize that, but it's more just teams are so good at getting the refresher that Tide becomes a much stronger hero as a result. And also in this patch, it's just harder to push, right? Because you've got the triple glyph.
10 seconds remaining.
Every time the tier 1s go down, you get a fresh glyph, and in general, its towers are just more durable. So.
Yeah, certainly so. And the bread and butter of the Secret strategy just seems to be efficiency, and that late game decision making on top of that. They just seem kind of unmatched. There's your Puppy Keeper of the Light, another pocket pick they like to bring out every so often and to abuse those the recalls around the map for a little bit of built-in taxi service there. Well, a hero that Secret have been quite comfortable with, and we'll see how they build the rest of this draft. Compass, they did third pick the Magnus. That's probably your Alpha Ninja hero headed to the mid lane, but they've got a pretty decent roster themselves. Will it be enough to deal with this Secret lineup, though,
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, you could pick Magnus, but
5 seconds
you
remaining.
still can't really be confident about your late game team fights against a Brute and a Tidehunter. So, plus it's the more difficult initiation. Well, I guess that's one way to do it.
Yep.
Somebody should pick Silencer this game.
Well, yeah, good for both teams.
Yeah, well, Compass could maybe run the offlane Void, the Magsoul mid, run a one-position Silencer. Secret could run like a Kuroki Silencer. I don't think you want to run a support Silencer this game if you're Secret, because Keeper of the Light it's generally more the 4 position. I think they were looking at the Earthshaker for sure with this Keeper of the Light pick. Maybe the Elder Titan. I don't know if you really want to go Elder Titan this game, because Compass are likely to build a BKB on the Void. Okay, they're going to do it. Let's see. Same stuff that they were doing at Starlighter. I think Void can be the combo breaker here, though. Chronosphere, great solution for Tidehunter's Kraken Shell. Also, a great solution for Brewmaster Split. They also have the Mystic Flare. So, if Compass find those openings, they can blow up these 2 initiators before the fights begin. It's harder now. Chronosphere doesn't remove evasion. And it does rely on Skywrath Mage getting level 6, which is not a guarantee early on.
Yeah.
But if they can get the Chronosphere fairly early on the Skywrath Mage, Mystic Flare to reasonable timing, they could really throw Secret for a loop. This is the hero I wanted to see from EG. They ended up just taking the Tide away from Secret, so it worked out.
10
But when they were
seconds
giving away
remaining.
Brute Tide, I was like, man, where's that Universe Void? If you want to go toe-to-toe in team fights, that's the
5
hero for
seconds
EG. But
remaining.
Yeah.
let's see if Compass Gaming can make it work. EG didn't even try. They seem to think it wasn't the solution.
Reserve time.
Yeah, and against 3 melee heroes, Magnus has some potential to get off some big RPs, but easier said than done, especially against a team of the caliber of Secret. Compass Gaming have a scary lineup, but I think they don't really have the ease of execution advantage. That said, Secret do have some very skill-intensive heroes, but it's also heroes that they're very comfortable on. They sort of identify S4 with the Brewmaster, Fly with the Tidehunter, and Big Daddy with the Elder Titan as well. So
That
Yeah.
being said, you pick a support Elder Titan. Compass have flat out the better laning supports. Skyreth Mage and
That's
Ogre, much more opportunity for kills around the map. Maybe they can get a Magnus Skewer back into the Dire Tower if they manage that. Like say you Skyreth Mage slow, Ogre Magi stuns, Magnus walks up, skewers the
Dire
Brewmaster back.
team
They
pick.
can probably kill him at that point. So
yeah.
I think Compass will have generally more kill potential here from their supports early on, and ideally you want to shut down one of those 2 key initiators. The Keeper of the Lights can be off in the woods. You can try and hunt Puppy, but if your supports go missing for that long, like he's probably going to know, and shutting down Keeper of the Light isn't the biggest deal anyway. So
Yeah.
I would like to see Compass take advantage of their strong early roam and take the fight to these two initiators.
So
10
who's your
seconds
Kuro hero?
remaining.
That's what my question is.
We've seen the
5
Gyrocopter,
seconds remaining.
We've seen the Gyro almost only with the Wisp, though, I feel like.
Medusa. Yeah, Gyro's not that great this game because you usually get Gyro when you want a
Radiant
strong
team
team fight
pick.
BKB carry, and BKB is not very good against Magnus or Void.
Yeah.
There's Medusa. Medusa, I think, is pretty good this game.
Mhm.
There's no Mana Burn on Compass. They could build an Necro 3 on the Nature's Prophet and the Void, but that's not particularly common.
Could also do the Diffusal build on the Void to try and
yeah.
lock down that Medusa. So she's
It
still
looks
not
like
without
it might
her
be
counters.
it could be a 1-position Void, in which case that's getting big items on him is a lot
10
more
seconds
That's a good
remaining.
point.
possible.
Yeah. And okay, the
It's an
casual Tiny.
So they used to run a support Tiny for Big Daddy. He's on Tide this game.
I
so
won-
it's a
I wonder if
core
they'll
Elder Titan,
swap.
maybe. I
Yeah.
think they are going to swap, but
Yeah.
maybe not.
Okay. It's pretty rare to see the Tiny picked up without the Wisp, especially on Secret. We've seen they did the Tiny. They tended to do that position for Tiny paired with the Centaur, so they could do that cheeky little toss in, get the hoof stomp. And
They kind of like you could get away with the support Tide this game because he doesn't need a blink. You just toss him in, right?
That's true. Yeah,
it's a
sort
little
of
bit
that
less
same-
reliable than a blink. It's not instant. You see him coming. Maybe you chrono as he's about to land, but
Yeah.
it's tough to prevent that.
It's a
initiative.
similar flavor to that Tiny Centaur combo that we've seen
The
in the
difference
past.
is you need level 6
10
on the Tide.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
But Tidehunter is a support that can really take advantage of Keeper of the
5
Light stacks.
seconds
You stack up the
remaining.
jungle, he starts anchor smashing them. Both of these supports can turbo farm. KPG, that is not their strong suit. Ogre, Magi, and Skywrath want to be ganking and finding kills.
Okay, so no swaps coming in
No,
here.
no, they did
Prepare
swap.
for battle.
Big Daddy's on the Elder Titan now.
No, that's who we picked in the thing.
No, he was on the Tide. They swapped.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. Like 99% sure, but
I would have been 99% sure the other way, but I can't remember.
maybe
now.
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Now I'm second guessing myself. Either way, will be Big Daddy on the position 4 Elder Titan here, Puppy on the position 5 Coddle. That'll put S4 mid on the Brewmaster, Kuroki safe lane farming away on the Tiny, and Fly will go off lane on his what's becoming kind of a signature Tidehunter, especially following the success of this recent Star Ladder. Gorak will be off lane on the Nature's Prophet, throws a ward down here to get a little bit of vision into this this jungle area, and it won't be scouted out by Secret. Got that ward down just in the nick of time. Radiant, however, they put a lane ward down, so this will make the Prophet's time in lane a bit more
30
difficult.
seconds.
Yeah,
to
I guess
battle.
the main thing isn't whether or not they swapped anyway. It's more, are they going to do something different, or are they just going to run the offlane Tide and support Elder Titan? That was really the interesting question, and they're going to do the same thing. So, I mean, I think support Tide it's kind of risky, because it's a support that does nothing in the laning stage, and Ravage, when you get it early in the game, is a game changer. But when you pick up Ravage at like 12, 13 minutes, like Void's maybe halfway to a BKB, he's potentially killed you a few
The
times with
battle
Chrono.
begins.
It's still a good spell, but it's not. Its power curve is not as impressive at that point.
Yep. You were right, by the way. They did swap around.
Okay.
I'm still drunk from my sleep. Sorry about that. I'm
That-
sobering up.
That jet lag.
Sobering up as best I can. All right, so we got F and NJ mid on the Magnus, and that gives him a safe lane try. Arts on the Faceless Void, got him on the Skywrath, but didn't mention this. KPG have a stand-in, a familiar face, old Dread, going to be on the Ogre this game.
Oh, Dread is such a He's such a boom or bust player for me. Like, sometimes I watch him and he's just amazing. And then there was that game where... What did he do on his axe again? Oh, he built a poor man's shield on axe. That's right. And he's jungling. What the hell is that, dude?
Yeah,
And the funny part is
I
I had seen Dread play axe before. He crushed Navi with it.
Yeah.
And they were creep skipping, and he itemized correctly. So, like, I don't know if he's trolling. He's apparently... I've heard some people refer to him as, like, the closest thing the Russian community has to Sing Sing. Just a very trolly player.
Yeah.
Very fun, lighthearted. So, I suppose in that case that... You know,
I don't know. That
maybe
was
he was just messing around, but it was an official match.
That was Starlighter Season 9 group stage games, I think. That was the season when they were just... they did all sorts of funky stuff. They did like an Axe, Wisp, Dazzle, Aggro Tri-Lane where they cut the creep wave. And
yeah.
They played Axe a fair bit that season, and some games to more success than others. So we'll see.
Looking at Secret's draft here, since it is just going to be a fairly unsupported Tiny, there's no Wisp, they don't have an Ogre, there's no buffs of any kind, aside from Elder Titan. And he does get mana from the Keeper of the Light, which is nice. Well, mid lane, there was a skewer back into the tower.
And S4 will go down. There's your first blood, so...
Well, I meant you with the Scarlet Mage, but hey, they just get a Dread Stun to start. Alpha Ninja with the skewer back in, and that's a powerful start for your Magnus. Really nicely done.
Yeah, gets all that bonus gold, and the bottle had already been picked up for S4, so yeah, not so detrimental, but slows down his start a little bit. In the safe lane, Kuro doing pretty well, 8 and 4, not so much Gorak can do to stop his farm, but Nature's Prophet not getting pressured too hard, especially that ward in the tree line. Did go boots first, and will feel pretty comfortable pressed up, finding some decent experience. Dread grabs an invisibility rune, moves into the Radiant jungle. Let's see what he can find. May bump into
Puppy.
Yep, he was working on some mud golems.
He's going to get clubbed. Level 2, actually. He might build a solo kill Puppy here. He's got the stun. Oh, Puppy's done for, I think. 2 more auto attacks. 1 more.
There you go. The power of the Ogre.
Bought his boots first.
So yeah, at least spending that gold, but there's the power of the Ogre. A fast level 2, and he's finding solo kills quite easily.
Yeah, Keeper of the Light has 1 base armor, 470 health, and decent move speed, but not good enough against the Lumbering Oaf. So yeah, looking at I'm a little bit worried about the Tiny pick this game, because you're up against a Void, right? And once Void gets BKB, he doesn't care about your Craggy. He just jumps on you in Chrono. They have no solution for that, aside from maybe like an Earth Splitter with an Aghanim Scepter on Big Daddy for the disarm. But that's a 4-position Elder Titan. You don't really count on your game plan around that. Puppy will rotate top.
I guess Ravage is something else that sort of falls into that realm of a tool to deal with it.
If he has a BKB, then
exactly.
What are you going to do? So with Arts getting free farm, you should expect this to be a fat boy if all goes well. And then you have to wonder how they're going to deal with it.
Gorak in some trouble. Early point Echo Stomp from Big Daddy will help set up this kill. Kuro trying to punch him with that rock fist. And now Gorak will get sandwiched in. No tail. Big Daddy gives him the staple gun. And Gorak will find an untimely defeat. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Arts takes a Illuminate Blast. And, well, no follow-up damage. But a nice pick off for Secret in the bottom lane. They finally get on the scoreboard.
I like this rotation from Puppy going top lane because, I don't think Secret have the best solutions to deal with a Void until his BKB wears down. Bottom lane, though, of course, they're down to Kuroki.
Yep, and there's the Ignite coming in from the Ogre. Kuroki should go down here. Gorak finds that last auto attack required. Big Daddy still doing a lot of damage to Gorak in return, but not enough mana to really set anything up. And it will end up as basically a 1-for-1 down bottom with a nice rotation from the Prophet.
But yeah, along those lines, you keep the Keeper of the Light in this top lane with the Tide constantly as Anchor Smash mana. You can really slow down the Void's farm. And it's not safe to go in your jungle either because Dread's constantly roaming around. Now is the Orb of Venom and level 3, so he can just keep on killing Puppy. So it's a nice way for KPG to shut down this greedy Keeper of the Light jungling play, and I think it's also a smart adaptation by Puppy.
Yeah.
So, good rotations on both counts. Mid lane, though.
Yeah, he's going to find himself in trouble. Alpha Ninja comes in. Skewer off to the side. They'll be able to bring him down. Was only level 5 before that fight. And, well, Nature's Prophet goes down in the bottom lane as Kuro and Big Daddy dive him. It's a 1-for-1 across the map, but KPG should be pretty happy with that exchange as they kill S4 for the second time before he finds his level 6.
Man, this support Elder Titan. 2-0 and 0. The traditional knock on the hero... Oh, another Illuminate top lane. Good harassment. The traditional knock on the hero has been that he needs a lot of levels, and he doesn't really do much without them, but I feel like Big Daddy has just been proving that old theory to be wrong.
Top lane, flying some trouble as Arts comes in. Gorak does teleport up, and the Dubs will chase him down as he's stuck inside of the Sprout. Another freebie for KPG.
They could have dove that, but it would have been a little risky. S4 had already used his TP to go mid. F and Ninja thinking about an RP. They're trying to bait him. And Kuroki did not have a TP. Yeah, they actually could have dove the keeper of the lane, but they were worried that someone might be able to rotate. And they didn't know where No-Tail was. Yeah. He had already TP'd.
Oh, Primal Split used in the mid lane. Boulder comes out onto Ninja. There's the Echo Stomp from No-Tail, and they should have enough for a kill here. There's the Tornado to buy some time. And I keep saying No Daddy. Big Daddy No-Tail gets himself his third kill of the game. 3-0 and 0. These rotations, to complement what you were saying, more than successful out of the gate. Oh, down bottom, Dread takes an avalanche from the Tiny on the high ground. Echo Stomp to zone him out from the Bounty Rune. Dread still picks it up and will waddle his way back down to the bottom lane. So no kill comes out there, but Kuroki's still racking up some decent farm. Falling a bit behind of that of the Void, though. Only 23 CS compared to the 33
bottom
up
lane.
top. Yeah, now he gets jumped on. Gorak teleports down once more, sets it up. Avalanche comes through, but not enough to keep the Tiny alive. And Secret will concede another death here in their safe lane, but it might not be over yet. Now S4 the Haste Rune on his way down. The S4 Haste, classic.
They have an RP, but F and Ninja's chasing the Elder Titan through the river. Going for that
attack.
solo play.
And finds the RP. Some creeps coming in. Wrath of Nature into the Shockwave, enough to bring down the Big Daddy, and F and Ninja finishes off the streak for a little bit of bonus gold. Now S4 caught inside of this route. Still some time on this Haste Rune.
Nice silence.
Will take an Ancient Seal. Got him. Gets clicked down, but will be able to survive it for now. And S4 does move back to safety.
Yeah, overall things still looking pretty good for Compass, obviously, but they're the lineup that wants to be aggressive early. They have the Void Magnus. They definitely have strong late game, but they're still there's gonna be a window where Tide has Ravage, Brew has Split, and you don't have a BKB yet on the Void. Elder Titan gets like you see No-Tail get his 4-staff, and it's kind of going to be like Secret or stronger then, and then once KPG get their BKB on the Void, assuming Arts goes that route, then they may have the upper hand, assuming he gets it off at the right time in fights. But Big Daddy will find Gorik bottom lane.
Yeah, Gorik TP's in very aggressively here, and there could be potential for a kill. The Sprout comes out, he traps them both inside. Kuroki connects with the Avalanche. Big Daddy looking for the Echo Stomp and puts Dread to sleep. Earth Splitter flies through, does connect on the Ogre. There's the toss forward, S4. Is he going to be able to close the gap? Well, he finds the Nature's Prophet, hits him with a Thunderclap, and that's enough for a kill. Now F and Ninja coming in. There's your Shockwave. No RP for 45 seconds. Misses the Skewer, and the Rhinoceros will be unsuccessful on this front. There's your split, and we'll see what S4 can do. Hits him with a Boulder. Illusion Rune will spawn and puts him inside the Tornado. Sets up for Kuroki to come on down. Does have a combo available. F and Ninja will take another Boulder. There's your Avalanche, and this should be a dead Magnus. And down he goes, but Dread finds the kill onto Elder Titan. Nature's Prophet finishes him off with the Wrath of Nature, and Dread makes it to the high ground. Kuroki sipping up the bottle. S4 gets tossed in. Thunderclap and a crit for good measure. Double kill for the Brewmaster, but a buyback from the Magnus. Now Gorik teleporting over. Will connect with the Sprout onto S4. Magnus hungry for vengeance. Finds it with the Skewer after the Shockwave. Ends the spree on the Brewmaster and gets some much-needed vengeance.
He was also like 20 gold short of his Blink Dagger, so pretty costly. I want to point out something that Secret are just seem to be better at than every other team, which is stacking these Ancients. They might make a go on mid, but yeah, Simba already 9 minutes into on a massive stack. We do see other teams farm them, but they just seem to be more consistent about it, and it's important for them this game. Simba, Arcane Boots up, can work towards his Blink Dagger. The Void is still on top in terms of farm, but it's not an overwhelming lead for Arts by any stretch of the imagination, and it goes back to Puppy's rotation there earlier. Was constantly Illuminate spamming him, Anchor Smash spamming him, and constantly Mana on the Tide, so they've slowed him down a bit. Only 5 CS a minute, which, considering he was free farming a lot faster than that early, is not that great. It's still good farm, but yeah, there will be the mid-game timing. S4 going to get his Blink Dagger out pretty soon. Big Daddy massively over-leveled as a support. Level 7.5. He is just gigantic.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Kuroki goes for. He's saving up gold. Could be a Midas, could be a Blink Rush if they want to play more aggressively. But yeah, for now he hasn't spent it.
He has a lot of options here. Hang on to that casual Ring of Protection, just going for some value armor out of the gate.
Yeah, Tiny has really poor base armor, so I think it's just a casual one, like you said.
Yeah, just going for the value. We'll see here. Initiation down bottom is done. No-Tail walks into the fray, uses the Echo Stomp, connects on both of them actually, creates some setup onto Gorak, and Brewmaster comes in with his Barrel of Laughs. That'll be enough to bring down the Prophet. Earth Splitter to interrupt Dread comes out just half a second too late, and it will end up just being a quick pick on the Nature's Prophet. But yeah, at Starlighter we even saw, was it Eternal Envy on the Necrophos doing the double Ring of Protection,
Radiant's
just
top
casual
tower
armor,
is
and
under attack.
a lot of players were commenting on that. It seems a little funky in the inventory, but it's actually really valuable in terms of getting armor.
Valuant?
No, really valuable. God damn it. We'll hold that thought.
RP under the tower, though.
Yep.
Huge score from Alpha Ninja. They don't have a Mystic Flare yet, and they get off the split. Oh, this is not going to go quite as well as what I thought it would. Still, maybe Alpha Ninja makes his way out. He's going to turn on Goddamn, cycle him up, drop him down, boulder toss. Oh, it's onto the Magnus. Now they're not getting the kill top lane. That's where the real action is. Arts Chrono Puppy kills him off. And this will get your Void a bit of a snowball rolling. Mask of Madness online now. Tiny did get Blake, though.
Okay.
I think this is the good window for Secret. Void just has Mask of Madness, RP and Chrono still have reasonably long cooldowns. You can fight all the time with the Brew Clap, the Ava Toss combo, not to mention this Elder Titan. Of course, the Avalanche Toss does a ton of magic damage to begin with. It's going to hit that much harder with Natural Order. Before BKB comes out, this Void is very vulnerable.
Yeah, and
unless the backtrack luck is with him, but
looks
he's only
like
got 1 point in it.
He's not even going BKB next item. He'll go Maelstrom beforehand, it looks like, with that Gloves of Haste already picked up. So they have a pretty big window where this Void will be very susceptible. Magnus just now finding his Blink Dagger, so 11 minutes in, still a great timing on him, but not quite up to snuff with the Brewmaster. And speaking of the devil up top, Arts gets jumped on. Kuroki showing off the Blink Dagger with a combo. Won't be able to find the kill, and Void will backtrack to safety with 100 hit points to
They
spare.
got another Blink, though. He's still chasing.
Kuroki in hot pursuit, can't find the toss, and Avalanche still on cooldown for another 3. Fancy footwork, Arts will survive. Kuroki gets recalled back.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So he can go be super aggressive, and then if KPG aren't able to counter now he's going to mid.
Yep, combo onto Gorek, Ponies to follow up, and Puppy gets the kill with the Illuminate.
Bottom lane.
Ninja, whoa, mid lane, skewer onto Kuroki back towards the tower, RP down for another 15 seconds. The blinding light pushes him into an odd position and gives Kuroki the time he needs for the blink.
Where Dread's S4's gone in, has the haste rune, brings down one, he's chasing for a double, goddamn, no mana, has stick charges though. He already used Mystic Flare. So they tried to dive Big Daddy under the tower bottom, but he Echo Stomped and they had to back off.
Yeah. 2 picks coming out for Secret across the map, and now for the first time this game, really, they get a gold and sizable experience edge down in the bottom lane. Got him, gets initiated on by S4, finds a couple of crits and brings him down. Now Arts
for 5.
Turns on the Mask of Madness, but tries to go blow for blow with the Brew. There's an Echo Stomp to stop him dead in his tracks. Now Gorek moving around the tree line. Needs to be a little careful here. They're going on to S4. Ninja with an RP. Fake pumps it. The split comes out. Now Arts takes a boulder. Will he die inside of his own Chrono? He does. He goes down. They also lose the Prophet. Dread coming in with the Magnus. Kuroki taking a lot of damage, but gets the toss off. Now they lose the Ogre, and Kuroki will just barely be able to survive. It's a triple kill for the Brew. And this is looking like a disastrous team fight for KPG. Secret coming out leagues ahead. And meanwhile, in the top, Puppy just split pushing, and will be able to get a tier 1 tower out of this.
Well, they're not done yet. S4 blinks it again. They've killed off Goddamn. Now the RP. Beautiful, but where's the follow-up is the question. Alpha Ninja, no skewer for 3 seconds. Who get S4. Double kill for him. Now they chase for Big Daddy. Got the skewer and can cancel the CP. Shockwave, triple kill for him. Alpha Ninja saved this game. But still they're going to lose their tower top. Let's see. TP coming in. It's the Void. No Chronosphere, though. And they do have Ravage. He's got a Time Walk. Maybe he can dodge away from this.
There's your Mask of Madness.
Going to Puppy. Uh-oh, that was a potentially huge mistake if he doesn't get some backtrack luck, but he gets a little bit.
Well, there is a gush available. Tide can just gush him to the face. Doesn't even need it. Just Anchor Smash and a sword.
That was very questionable. Turning on Mask of Madness next to a Tide with Ravage. I guess he wanted him to use it and then thought he could run away. If he had just Time Walked straight back, maybe he lives there, but... Instead, Simba's got 3,000 gold. I don't even know if he goes Blink Dagger. I mean, I assume you do, but...
From Gorek, they'll go on to Simba. Now they know he doesn't have the ultimate. Out comes the Ancient Seal. Mystic Flare, more than enough to bring down Fly. Puppy's still alone in the lane. They won't pursue onto him. And, oh, that's where the action's at. Double damage on Alpha Ninja as S4. No split, taking a lot of tower shots here. Will go down. Big Daddy throws out the Earth Splitter, but obviously not enough to keep his
player, man. Alpha Ninja is 8-2-2. The rest of his team, like, barely hanging on in this game. Void's basically done nothing, 1 and 2. The Prophet's 3 and 6 in the offlane. The supports did their job early, but recently have been on a feeding spree. Alpha Ninja is carrying his team, throwing them on his back. And he's doing it against a lot of heroes that can interrupt that initiation. You go in, the Avalanche tosses you, they get off the Ravage, they brew split, the Stomp interrupts your combo. It can go south, but he's been on the ball, and he's got an RP in 10.
And Kuroki will find him, has that high ground advantage, connects with a combo, and then just blinks back to safety.
Nice
Blinding light, yeah, pushes him into an awkward position. Now pressing forward, RP at the ready, goes in on the puppy, hits him with a shockwave, misses the skewer, and yeah, they still find the kill on Coddle, but
Arts is coming in as well. He's got his ult.
And moves into some neutrals. Looks like they won't take a fight quite yet. S4 gets scattered out by the Treant, and yeah, that's where it will end. So even though it looks like KPG regaining some momentum, it's still Secret that have a pretty decent lead for only 15 minutes into the game, both in gold and experience. If you take this Magnus out of the pool, then yeah, a lot riding on his shoulders, as you pointed out. Void has seen no item progression in the last 5 minutes or so, still just the gloves of haste.
But he already has max rank empowered, so this Void is a lot stronger than he looks.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
he doesn't get caught.
If
he's still squishy though, and they have vision on him now. Can they get the jump? He's going back.
Only 1 point in Craggy, but that's going to become more of a problem as Kuroki gets his additional levels. In comes Arts, almost throws the chrono, but cancels it. Whew, close call, but those fast fingers work out in his favor. So, all right, everyone else just going back to farming. Puppy split pushing once more in the bottom lane. He's looking for a mech. We'll have it pretty soon. S4 goes in up top, goes in on the Gotham. Doesn't follow up quite yet. Yep, Puppy now looks like, I don't think they'll need the chrono for this one. Just right click should be enough. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Skywrath Mage gets taken out from the Earth Splitter of Big Daddy. They'll go on to Alpha Ninja around the tower. Primal Split's been used. Kuroki in the tree line, blinks to dodge. The Shockwave comes in for the kill. The Mega Streak is ended. Now the rest of the fight will come out as Dread comes in looking for a kill onto Big Daddy, but, pardon me, the Brew is still here. S4 will finish him off, and it's a double kill for the Brewmaster. And somehow down bottom, Puppy even survived all that.
Yeah, Arts did not have mana. I don't think he got mana leaked. I'm pretty sure he just time walked in and didn't have enough for the chrono afterwards. And then even if he wanted to chrono, it's like, do you really want to chrono just for the Keeper of the Light? Probably not. Speaking of that Keeper of the Light for Puppy, he's got a mech. They've now got a Vlad complete on S4.
Oh, wow, down bottom. They use the smoke to channel up the Illuminate, then Fly hops in, hits him with a Ravage, max damage ponies. Nature's Prophet didn't even have a chance to react off that.
Those aren't ponies anymore, man. Those are stallions.
The stallions. Yep. Well,
they're in trouble now. Whew. Their Void continues not to really find kills. He spent a lot of time rotating on the map. He's 1, 2, and 1. Every other big team fight specialist in this game has more or equal killing. The off-lane Tide has more, or the same kill involvement. But this is your safe laner, and it's you can't count on the Magnus to do it all alone. Like, RP is a much more difficult spell to land than, say, Rapid or Brew Split, which you pretty much, you go and you brew, you clap. S4 is not going to miss micro very often, so he'll get the maximum value out of it, and they really would prefer that the Void start some of these fights, and the Magnus, I guess you can mag RP, then follow up with Void, but it's just, again, it's much less margin for error as a spell.
Yeah.
And look at the farm on this play. He's at 5,200 now.
Mid lane, Kuroki just destroys the Skywrath Mage, blinks in with Natural Order. That combo hurts like the dickens. Now Dread in some trouble. Earth Splitter flies through, will catch him. And that's an easy 2-0. Now Alpha Ninja comes in, connects with the RP, skewer back into the tower. But Echo Stomp will be there. S4 taking some decent damage. And yeah, Kuroki just goes back in. Oh, they just dropped the hammer all over KPG. RT still has an ultimate, but there's no follow-up damage now. He'll just try to survive. Gorak hanging out by the tower. It won't even be enough for Arts to stay alive. And yeah, this should be a 5-0. Even a split used for this. Secret just running over KPG.
This Void has just not been in the fights at the right time. The Chronos haven't been that great. The Magnus has been RPing 2-3 heroes. Earlier, he could get those kills by himself, especially because Secret were at half third health. Now they're too tanky. He's got a combo with the Mag. He showed up way too late mid. I'm not sure if his TP was on cooldown or if he was just slow to TP. I didn't get a chance to check, but if they don't combo those two, they don't have the follow-up. And unlike Secret, that's pretty much where their team fight ends. Mystic Flare follow-up is okay, but they don't have like a massive, extremely low cooldown AoE combo, whereas with Secret you've got the Avalanche Toss. Every 17 seconds you can do like, I mean, close to 1,000 damage in AoE when you factor in Natural Order. And then of course it's just ridiculous. Like, that's enough to blow up the Scarth Mage, the Ogre. The Void pretty much dies from full HP if he gets comboed, unless he gets lucky with a backtrack.
Yeah.
And especially if he's Mask Madness, then he's just done for.
Yeah, and now Kuro, he'll move into an Aghanim Scepter, has the first two pieces, about 1,700 gold away. That will be even more AoE damage Coming out on the side of against KPG, Kuroki. Oh man, finds Arts. He just walks up to the high ground. Easy combo, easy kill. And oh, this poor Faceless Void, man. Now meanwhile in the mid lane, Dread and Big Daddy going at it. S4 comes flying in with a Blink Dagger, gets a couple of crits, and yeah, that Ogre. He may be tanky, but can't survive the wrath of S4.
It's cool to see Secret doing something a little different. Like, this draft looked like a Medusa draft.
Yeah.
Round things out, they did the same thing. Then you have to keep her the light to give the Medusa mana, make sure she's extra durable. Then, like, screw it, let's just run a Tiny and play super aggressive. And KPG just haven't had answers for it.
I mean, look at Void's net worth. He's now down near the supports. I mean, he is just getting shut down at every turn. He's 1-4-1, but only 82 CS. And I guess no one's really farming too hard this game.
And he needs a lot of items now. Everyone on Secret is tanky. They're going to go in mid with the Yule Scepter Stomp combo from Big Daddy. This could be bad.
Yeah, and the rest of the damage coming in. Force Staff will keep him safe from Kuroki. And now Arts goes back in. Just a Chrono on one. Simba's there with the ultimate. The Ravage will help break things up. Kuro still survives. And it's just another disastrous fight for the Dire. FNJ coming in, will skewer back onto Big Daddy, but can't find an RP. They do manage to pick off the Tiny, but now FNJ is isolated. A huge RP now on 4. Is there the follow-up damage? A ding-ding comes out onto Keeper of the Light. Magnus goes down. Gorek gets caught by a Yules. That'll interrupt his TP in Secret. Not the cleanest team fight they've taken this game, but still a victory for them. Yeah, 2 for 4 as Dread maybe not safe. Echo Stomp will stop him dead in his tracks and make it a full 5-man wipe. That's a 2 for 5.
This support Elder Titan is so ridiculous. Honestly, like, look at... I mean, KPG didn't really challenge it early that much, but they're running a Scarlet Mage Ogre. They shut down Puppy in the jungle. He had to go to the top lane. Big Daddy just got out of control, and I mean, it's not just that Big Daddy's a good Elder Titan player, although he certainly is. They just play around it so well. They pick heroes that dish out huge amounts of damage, that really synergize with natural order, be it something like Medusa, be it the Tiny in this game, and then they just adjust their overall playstyle accordingly. This case, they see that if Void gets a BKB, and if he gets farmed late game, he's got Bloodlust in power, he could possibly solo the entire Secret lineup. 4 melee heroes against the super fat Void. At least cause some problems, but they say let's just fight now while this Void is a Mask of Madness and 900 health, and there's just nothing he can do.
Secret found the perfect timing window, and we'll see it once again. A little miscommunication there as they set up on the Void. Kuro was going in for the combo. That'll keep Arts alive. FNJ with a nice skewer on 2. Fortunately, no RP and no follow-up damage to secure the kills.
He stomps, man. He stumped their entire team. 3 heroes stomped. They're all retreating out. They may lose Big Dad. No, probably not even. He's moving at 489 move speed.
Yeah, he's just
MVP.
fine. Kuroki comes back in, gets the combo on 2. Gorek survives 1 hit from death, but now S4 hopping forward, or pardon me, Simba hopping forward, finds the kill onto the Skywrath. Ogre goes down, and Secret just playing with their food before they eat it. KPG up against the wall.
7, 3, and 21. He's been involved in 28 kills out of 34. His own brew mid, S4, has only been in 20. The Tide's only been in 11 kills. The Tiny's been in 18. He has been in 10 more kills than anyone else on this team as a 4-position Elder Titan, who's not normally known for his early game aggression.
Big Daddy living up to his name. He is the Big Daddy of this game. As RP coming in, but FNJ taking a lot of damage in return. He gets stunned up, and
look at Arts. He's just like, I don't know what to do, man. I'm just gonna sit here at the well.
It's like I see what you want to do, FNJ, but I don't know if I believe in it. And just
Okay.
Nice chrono, bro. Yeah. All right, there you go. GG and NN says Arts. That's a nice quick game here to get us back on track for the schedule today. LD 39-19, 24 minutes of gameplay. Secret just giving it to him.
That's pretty much. I like how the ogre's carcass is like in the. It's in the middle of the volcano or whatever. Whatever that is, that hollowed out cavern.
The ogre got incinerated. Well, I don't know if there's too much more to say about that game. Secret just hitting that timing like the flip of a switch as soon as they had all their ducks in a row, man.
Really good rotations from Puppy that game. I thought slowing down the Void was really important, and he did a good job of that.
And also Kuro, the Blink Dagger first. You don't see that so often, but it worked out well.
Good item selection for him. Yeah. That was the key. Was if he had gone for a greedier, more passive build, I think you go into the mid game. Void has a Mask of Madness, Maelstrom, and BKB with Empower, which is no longer removed by the BKB, and Bloodlust.
Yeah.
And he could just destroy everyone potentially if he hits a good chrono. Not to say Secret couldn't have won late, but that was a window where KPG were particularly vulnerable. And I got to say, shout out to F and Ninja. Hell of a Magnus, but team was heavy that game. So.
Yeah, definitely so. But all right, we'll have one more game coming up for our Summit 2 by G2A.com European coverage. Our last game is what is our last game today, LD?
I got all
Navi versus Cloud9. Ooh, a good one for our final game. So that is scheduled to start just a couple of minutes. So we'll have a short break, and then we'll be coming on back. I'm Sayori. That's LD, at Sayori TV, at LD Dota on Twitter, and make sure to follow at Beyond the Summit as well to stay up to date with all things happening in the studio and for the Summit. Don't go anywhere because Navi versus Cloud9 coming up next.